Hi, my name is Marilyn Sweet, and I have here my very good friend, Miss Patricia Love. Good
Mhm.
evening, Miss Patricia
Good
Love.
evening.
I like your name.
Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for writing this book. This is very inspiring. It
Thank you.
gives me chills and goosebumps just reading it.
Oh my goodness.
You know what my favorite is? The Encounter with the Dog.
Oh really?
And actually, I have a new favorite.
What?
When that moment that you felt God's presence
And His love.
and His
Yes.
love.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me what inspired you to write this book.
You know, I meet so many people who are born again Christians and a lot who don't have any interest. And I was on both sides of that track. And I remembered when I was unsaved, I didn't want to hear it. And it was hard to believe it because I was so disillusioned by life and people.
Oh, wow.
When I finally decided to give God a try, I was just tired. I was like at the end, there was nothing else I could think of to make my life worth living. And I was tired of feeling empty and I was tired of feeling dead. So when I gave my heart to the Lord, I realized I look back on both walks. And after walking with the Lord since 1981, I realized that there was a lot of experiences I had that a lot of other people didn't have. And people who were like me before I got saved didn't know that they could have that kind of experience. So it would help people who didn't know God, weren't sure if they wanted to bother knowing Him. Mm-hmm. It would let them know that it would at least whet their appetites to get to know this God that did these beautiful things in my life. And for people who did know God, it would make them draw closer to Him. Correct. To get those experiences that maybe they hadn't had yet.
Oh, that's right. On chapter 9 here, oh my goodness, you talk about abandoned and alone. Could you briefly just tell our listeners what to expect on that chapter?
Well,
when they get there,
this was really an interesting dream. This was based on a dream I had. I was in a relationship, and this particular dream, it woke me up. I was very upset. And I asked God, why would I have a dream where I was left behind and abandoned and nobody even noticed, and I didn't have anybody, didn't have any money, any ID. I'm in this strange area. And I had no idea what that dream meant. I just thought it was a nightmare. And when I woke up and asked God, why would I have such a crazy dream? The Holy Spirit began to interpret that dream to me.
You remind me of Joseph. And Daniel.
With the dreams.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah, I am a dreamer. But it was really bizarre because God uses my dreams for me mainly for healing and revelation. And I didn't understand what that dream meant. But when God interpreted that dream and explained it to me, blow by blow, step by step, I realized what God was doing was healing me from a broken relationship.
Wow, isn't that amazing how He worked things out so smooth and just the way that He know we could handle.
Yes.
That still blows my mind is the book, and you gotta get a copy. Where can we get a copy of this book?
Amazon.com.
Okay.
Or createspace.com. But with CreateSpace, I think it's a little more expensive, so it's probably better to go to Amazon.com.
Okay, yeah. Amazon.com, folks. You gotta have a copy of this. I love this book, and if you get to start reading this, you would not put it down. It's very inspirational. It touches you. It moves you in ways that you never thought you could be moved. You might think like you're like a tree that can't be moved, but baby, you'll be moved. So get a copy. I highly recommend it. And thank you, Miss Pat, for
your
much. Time. I love this lady here.
Thank you.